Hey, you guys, this is part 3 to What If Deku is Black. I will force you guys to freaking watch this part. I will put out nothing but this. But, sadly for you guys, there's only 2 more parts after this, which I have an idea what is going to happen. Now, after the hero versus villain, Deku goes home and he comes home to this. Yeah, I have to show everything. He comes home to this, to a nurse. Now, Deku then says, well, Izuku then says, I know I'm gonna be tired after this. So they go ahead and do their thing, gang. And Izuku goes to school. Now, Toga told Izuku that she was gonna be moving, like going to the same school to him eventually. So, yeah. Basically, this part's gonna be a little bit short, so sorry about that. Now, Deku told Kirishima if he was ever in trouble, and then he whispered something to him. Now, all the girls could hear was a camera. You guys know where I'm taking this, right? Cause if you don't know where I'm taking this, you're hella stupid. Um, this was a day before the USJ, by the way. So, Kirishima then says, okay. So then they go on with a normal class day. Everybody does some sparring, and yeah, it goes where it goes. You heard me. So Deku. How do I say this in the way that doesn't make him sound like he just beats up kids? Well, Bakugo came by Izuku, and basically he scoffed at him. And by the way, this was away from the school. Now, Izuku then trips Bakugo with the shadow rope. Bakugo then gets back up and then says, "You damn nerd," and then tries to explode him, which Izuku dodges. And Bakugo just keeps on trying to hit him with the explosions, and Izuku just keeps on dodging. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. But basically, at one point, Izuku gets a little bit annoyed. So what he decides to do is he decides to throw him, like put a shadow all around him, fly him upwards, and then drop him. Now he only flew him high enough that he would only break a few bones. He wouldn't full on kill him. I mean, he would if he had to or wanted to, but he didn't want to kill him. So he decided to drop him, and Bakugo just comes back down, screaming, and Bakugo thinks he's about to die, cause for you to break a bone, you have to be pretty high, and at that height, Bakugo's just basically thinking he's gonna let me die. He is going to let me die, and then he tries to land on his feet and do a roll, but instead of doing a roll, he literally just lands on his feet. And then he tried to go through the rolling movement, but it was too late. The force of the of the fall already went through his legs, which then broke all the bones in his legs and a little bit of his lower body too. And by the way, dicks don't have bones, so don't fucking ask me what your stupid ass is. Did he also break his dick? No. Dicks get hard because of fucking blood. And if you were stupid enough to think that, you need to get the fuck off my channel, because you a little bit too young, folk. So, yeah. Back to the what if. Now, Bakugo's basically screaming on the ground. And Izuku just says, what you get. You get what you get. You might throw a fit. And then he walks away. Now, he gets back home again, and Toga's still inside the same costume. He's gonna be, and then he says, I'm already drained. We do this every day. I got the one beater defeater. But even my beater defeater can be defeated. Come on, Toga. And then Toga basically just walks a little bit closer to him, and then he basically runs away. And then Toga jumps on top of him. And then that happens again about 3 times inside of the same day. Toga was fucking on X Games mode, my nigga. She was on X Games mode, Hunger Games type mode, fucking the Purge type mode. She was ready to kill that dick. So, back to the story. Basically, Azuku goes to the store and the store's being robbed. Now the guy then puts a gun up and then tries to rob the guy. Which Azuku walks outside of the store, puts on a hoodie. Well, he puts on the hood of his hoodie that he had on, and basically looks downwards while he's entering the building. And basically, the guy's like, "Give me all your money too." And then Azuku is basically like, "Bro, I really feel like killing somebody today. So if you don't want to die, I'd suggest you get the fuck out of here, my G." Now the guy points his gun at him and shoots at his Azuku, which Azuku just puts his shadow around him because remember he can't move it inside of artificial light for some reason. So he puts it around him and creates a shadow shield, which then the bullet just flies off and then hits the guy in the foot. Then the guy's screaming out in pain, and then he shoots a bunch more bullets, being a stupid ass nigga, and they all hit him inside of either his right or left foot. Now, at this point, the guy's inside of so much pain he can barely stand. He's grabbing onto the counter, and then Azuku says one last chance, and then the guy puts up the gun one more time, and he's like, "I'd rather give you an easier death." And then he turns a shadow into a saw, and then slices the guy in half. Which remember, he's still looking downwards. And then the freaking customer, I mean the freaking store owner, she's just shocked. And she basically looks at him and she's like, "Hey, I'm turned on by that. You trying to fuck. Like, fuck you mean?" And Azuku, of course, he says, "Fuck it. Like, it's free. Like, me and Toga are in a relationship, but nobody said it was a full time. So we on this pet business." They go inside the back, and let's just say he wasn't buying no extras. So yeah, he walks away from that after, and he goes to school the next day. They're riding to the USJ, and Azuku, he can instantly feel shadows that are smaller than the buildings. Now, remember, he has the ability to control all shadows. So what this means is he automatically knows that they're inside of there cuz he can sense extra shadows inside the building. So and they're about human sized. So Azuku walks outside of the bus and he's like, "You guys, before you get out of here, there's a villain in there." Then everybody's like, "Stop being goofy. That's not even really that funny." He says, "You guys laughed and I'm not joking. There's a villain in there." And they're like, "Whatever." And then they all walk in. And Izuku basically says, if they die, I swear I am not saving them. I I am not fucking healing them with my powers. No, none of that shit. I have no type of healing powers. So if you niggas die, that's your fucking fault. So he walks inside the building, and basically, the portal comes through, gang, and it opens basically, and Azuku basically looks, and then he says, "I told you so. I fucking told you. This is why you listen to me, not the teacher, me." And they're like, "We fucking get it. You were right. Damn. Fuck, nigga. You don't have to fucking rub it in." So Azuka's basically like, "I'm pretty sure I'm stronger than all of you." So then he puts a dome around them, a shadow dome. And he says, "That's a dome filled with all of your shadows. By the way, don't touch the dome, or let's just say your skin won't be happy if you get out of the dome. So please don't touch it, or your skin will be affected as soon as you're out." Now, Azuku then walks down, and then he's like, "Come on, let's go." And Shigaraki, yeah, I finally learned his name, nigga. Don't fucking at me. Shigaraki then says, "Nomu, kill him." So Azuku starts hitting the Nomu with all types of shadow moves. He's hitting him with shadow kicks, shadow dagger. Dang it, why am I stuttering so much? Shadow daggers. He's hitting him with shadow torpedoes, and basically, at this point, Deku's Deku hasn't done one fucking single thing because the Nomu has regeneration, which then the Nomu gets serious and then starts beating the fuck out of Izuku. But he's spitting out blood at this point. And then he's like, "Fuck, I got caught slipping." And Deku then lets go of the shield, and then everybody's like, "Why would you do that? Now the villains can get to us too." And he's like, "Kirishima, you know what to do." Kirishima then puts up his phone. "I'm sorry, I have to. I have to, my nigga." He puts up his phone. He starts recording. And this instantly gives Izuku a power boost. Cause when you record a nigga, you get that ignorance out of a nigga. So then Kirishima, by the way, his powers already boosted up to 50%. And Kirishima then looks at him and he's like, "What next?" And then he says, "Say the words." And then Kirishima says, "World Star." Then a beam of black light comes flying out of Izuku. I mean, a beam of black shadows comes out of Izuku. Pause. And basically everybody's looking at him. He's like looking at his own hands with shadows around them. He has shadow wings, nigga. He has fangs and claws. Nigga, he just looks fucking lit. And then he says, this is the power of ignorance." But anyway, he has on a golden chain. He has in grills. He even has the hug eye lisp. And Todoroki and Bakugo are looking at him. They're like, is this the power of total ignorance?" And Deku basically looks back at Nomu, and then he puts his two fingers against him, and then push forward, and then the Nomu turns into freaking cubes and blows up like cubes of meat and blows up. Then then Shigaraki's basically like, what the fuck? How the fuck did that happen? And Azuka then goes on to fucking use the shadows like fire, and then he shoots the shadows. By the way, he is inside of artificial light, but um inside of this mode he doesn't give a fuck about physics. Now he fucking makes an atom, like a nuclear radiate irradiated atom, and then throws it at the villains, and then the villains just fucking turn into dust, and and Shigaraki fucking looks at him, and he's like, "Get him!" I forgot the shadow nigga's name. Fuck, thought I had this shit down, nigga. I got go sleeping. But anyway, he's like, he tells the shadow guy to get him and teleport him out of there, which he does get teleported out of there. Shigaraki does, but then the shadow guy tries to walk through the portal, and then on the other side of the portal, Shigaraki can hear screaming, and then he walks through the fucking portal, and he has both of his arms ripped off by Izuku. Well, Shigaraki sees both of his arms ripped off, and Izuku throws his arms into the portal, and then he says, "What a fucking failure." And then the portal closes, and everybody fucking comes down the steps, and All Might finally fucking gets here because nobody had to tell Ida to go. Ida just fucking left, and All Might's like, "Have no fear, cause I am here," and then everybody's like, "Oh my, you're fucking late." This nigga just folded all their shits and then told them to apologize. This this nigga fucking savage. So since all that shit happened, um Azuku then gets a lot of media. They beat the fuck out of those villains. And also since he, saved a bunch of fucking lives, and maybe even All Might's, cause even even Eraserhead could tell that the All Might wouldn't been able to do anything against him because he healed too fast for All Might to actually kill him. Well, to take down the villain at least. And basically, Azuka gets a Grammy, which comes with a whole $1,000,000. Azuka gives $100,000 to his mom for raising him, and Azuku, he doesn't move out the hood. Like, he knows niggas ain't gonna do shit. He knows if a nigga comes to his house, he gonna be like, "Please don't get up to chop blow a nigga down." And the thing is, it's not like somebody can break into his house without him noticing. He fucking has the power of shadows. So he can fucking tell when a shadow enters his house. So he has $900,000 in the fucking hood. He is the kingpin around this bitch. He doesn't give a fuck about Crip leaders. He doesn't give a fuck about blood leaders. And basically, since it's kind of disrespectful to get rich and then give none to your gang, so he gives like 200,000 to his gang. So he has $700,000 to himself. And basically, that's where I'm gonna leave it off. I am Moon Dust with this. Hope you fucking enjoyed, you fucking little fucking quit. Let me stop. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, have a good day. And I'ma see you niggas later. Bye. No Liza Koshi.